Hello everyone, my name is Jack, and this is Homebrew Heroes, where I share with you all some homebrew content for the game Dungeons & Dragons. Today I'll be going over the White Mage class from the Final Fantasy XIV companion book for 5th edition D&D. Created by Reddit user SilentSoren, this is a massive project that has been worked on by redditors and players for over 3 years, resulting in a guidebook filled with races, classes, and spells based on the popular online fantasy game and remade to fit into any campaign setting. If you're interested in this class, or in my other videos going over this compendium, such as the Red Mage, the Dark Knight, and the Gunbreaker classes, the links to those can be found in the description below. With that said, let's begin. The mages that study Conjury are called White Mages. They call upon the elements and weave them together to cast spells. They are accomplished healers aiming to serve and protect not only humanity but the land itself as well. But, long ago, they used the elements' power so much that they caused the elements to retaliate and bring the world into the Dark Age. Today, although they are few in number, White Mages still practice in their ancient art to protect the world from another cataclysm. For the class features, you'll get a d6 for hit dice, which is the same hit dice as wizards, sorcerers, and arcanists. You'll only get proficiencies in some weapons like daggers, quarterstaffs, and light crossbows. No armor or tool proficiencies in sight here. The saving throws you're proficient in is in wisdom and in charisma, and you'll obtain 2 skills from a list of 7 skills. The White Mage get their spellcasting at level 1, and is very similar to the spellcasting of warlocks and sorcerers. Your spellcasting modifier is wisdom, you can cast some cantrips, and you can cast certain spells as rituals. You can cast a number of spells based on your White Mage level, and you can learn and switch out your spells whenever you gain a level in this class. The spell list for the White Mage is in chapter 10 of this guide, with your choices being 14 cantrips, 14 first level spells, 19 second level spells, 20 third level spells, 9 4th level spells, 16 5th level spells, 15 6th level spells, 10 7th level spells, 5 8th level spells, and 4 9th level spells, for a grand total of 126 spells. Also at level 1, you'll get Soothsayer. When you cast a healing spell of 1st or higher level, you can add additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. For example, if you're casting Healing Word at 1st level, you can heal 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier plus 2 plus 1 hit points. If that sounds familiar, it should, because this is the exact same ability as the Arcanist's Nemean Healer feature. The difference here is that you'll get this at level 1 instead of level 2 in the Nemean Scholar subclass. You'll get to choose your Conjury discipline at level 2, aka your subclass. Your choices are the Elementalist, the Spirit Master, and the AMPDAPORI. You'll gain their subclass features at levels 2, 6, 10, and 14. Next is Confession. These are charges that you'll gain whenever you cast a healing spell during combat. The charges can be used for specific abilities, but you can only hold 3 of them at any time, so you'll have to spend them carefully. You'll also lose them at the end of a long rest, and if you get knocked out. The ability score improvement levels for the White Mage is 4, 8, 12, 16, and 19, which can be used to increase your ability scores. Your next feature is all the way at level 18 with Conservation of Life. If you fall down to 0 hit points, you'll release a 30-foot wave of healing energy around you. Any allies caught in the wave recover 2d8 plus your wisdom modifier of hit points. You can only do this once per rest, not counting the getting knocked down and potentially dying kind of rest. That's not the fun kind of rest. The capstone feature is Graceful Healer. This will automatically give you 2 charges of Confession whenever you roll for initiative. Since you can only get Confessions during battle, this feature will let you use some useful abilities at the start of the battle. Now let's see what you can use these charges on in the White Mage subclasses section. And edit wipe here. The first subclass is the Elementalist. Elementalists use the power of nature to control the elements earth, wind, and water. They can handle their power better than anyone else. I'm looking at you, Elemental Monk. Each of the subclasses offers new spells to cast. Elementalists have access to spells such as Earth Tremor, Maximilian's Earthen Grasp, Erupting Earth, Stone Skin, and Control Wind. The first feature is Elemental Aid. As a reaction, you could spend a confession to gain advantage on the next strength or dexterity saving throw you have to make. Great for dodging any fireballs heading your way. You also get Eyes of the Elementals at level 6. By spending 15 minutes speaking with the elements and asking them if the gunsmith will ever come back, you'll gain a mental image of the surrounding area. The range of the map is up to 2 miles, giving you an excellent view of the land around you. The last 2 features are Attuned Resistance and Elemental Conversion. Attuned Resistance grants you resistance to fire, cold, and lightning damage at level 10. Elemental Conversion lets you use your charges as spell slots for non-healing spells. The charges must equal the spell level of the spell to cast this way, so the highest level you can go is level 3. Some of the spells you can cast this way include Melf's Minute Meteors, Detect Magic, and Catnap. Overall, the Elementalist comes with some nice features and spells that help you stay alive in combat. You won't get a boost to your healing capabilities, but hey, you're still better than the current Elemental Monk. If you want to be the primary healer, then the Spirit Master subclass is for you. Drawing the power of the land's spirits, Spirit Masters can use it to conjure powerful healing abilities. Spirit Masters will gain some support spells to cast, like Heroism, Enhance Ability, Revivify, Regen, and Mass Cure Wounds. The first feature is the Shroud of Saints. As a bonus action, you could spend 1 confession to surround yourself with light, causing ranged and melee attacks against you to have disadvantage until your next turn. Then, at level 6, you'll get Surging Succor. By spending 1 confession when casting a healing spell on a creature, you will gain hit points equal to 2 plus the healing spell's level. Both of these are good features that will help you survive early on. The level 10 feature is Clerical Smite. With this, you can now deal damage with healing spells. By spending 1 confession, you can cast a healing spell on a creature and deal radiant damage equal to the healing roll. This gives you an array of new attack spells to use. Although it can't be used with spells greater than 5th level, you could still attack foes with spells like Mass Cure Wounds and Healing Word. The final feature is Touch of the PADJAL. When you're rolling healing dice thanks to a healing spell, you can spend 1 confession to take the highest number possible on the dice. So instead of healing for 2d6, you would just be healing for 12. The only downside is that you can't gain a confession healing this way, or else you'll be able to recycle this ability every time you heal. The Spirit Master is a solid choice for any healers and support casters. While it isn't on par with the Nemean Scholar when it comes to healing features, the Spirit Master makes up for that by being able to kill people with Cure Wounds. White Mages tend to be the healers of the world, figuratively and literally, but some of them take up arms to fight head-on. AMPDAPORI White Mages combine their healing magic with holy powers to battle against those that don't belong in this world. Like the previous subclasses, AMPDAPORIs will also gain spells of their own. They can fight the dead with spells like Banish, Moonbeam, Spirit Guardians, Wall of Fire, and Holy. The first feature is Light's Blessing. If you're not wearing armor, your armor class will increase by 1 for each confession you have. Since you can only have a maximum of 3 confessions, you can get as high as a bonus of +3 to your AC. There's no mention of shields preventing this, so your AC can increase even higher. In addition, as long as you hold on to a confession, you'll gain resistance to necrotic damage. You'll get Inquisitor's Light at level 6. This is similar to the Elementalist's Eyes of the Elementals feature, but instead of gaining a visual of the land, the elements will grant you the locations of undead and fiends, within a 1-mile radius of you. Great for hunting down any nearby deadites. At level 10, you'll gain AMPDAPORI Protection. You can spend 1 confession to grant all allies within 15 feet of you resistance to necrotic damage. This resistance will only last for a number of rounds equal to your wisdom modifier, which is great since it's already your spellcasting modifier, so it should be pretty high. It should be. It doesn't have to be, but it should. The final feature is Purge. By spending 1 confession, you can gain advantage on spells cast against the undead and fiends. In addition, if you successfully cast a spell on them, you can add a bonus 4d6 radiant damage to your roll. With this increasing to 6d6 damage at level 17, you'll be ready to take down any army of darkness. Man, I love that movie. The AMPDAPORI is the combat-heavy subclass of the White Mage. You may not get any healing features from this path, but if you think about it, you don't have to heal anybody if your enemies are already dead. Am I right? And with that, that was the White Mage class of Final Fantasy XIV. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on this class. Is it balanced? What changes would you recommend? Anything like that. Also, let me know of other homebrew you would like me to go over in the comments below as well. The link to this compendium and to my other D&D Final Fantasy videos can be found in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe for more homebrew content and other things confessional. Till next time, bye.